And we're backstage here at WCPW. I'm joined by British wrestling legend Doug Williams. Doug, I'm going to cut to the chase. No banter this time, no jovial chat like we usually have. Last time we saw you at Exit Wounds, it was with Travis Banks. He had some harsh words to say about you. There was an altercation, and now you have the match tonight. People want to know how you feel about what happened at Exit Wounds and what's going to happen tonight when you step into the ring with Travis Banks.
Well, Kenny, when he first made those words, Exit Wounds, it cut quite deep. It was quite personal and unnecessary as far as I was concerned. And when I heard that I was going to have a match with him tonight, I just wanted to beat the hell out of him. I was so angry. But then, Kenny, I took a step back and I reviewed the situation. I had a look at what they represent, Prestige, and you know, they want to bring the credibility back to wrestling. They want to be serious, they want to be this, they want to be that. But the thing they've got to be above all is professional, and quite frankly, they're not. You know, they don't want to do what they're asked to do by the company. They don't want to go out there, perform the angles, or do the storylines, or have the matches that the promoter asks them to have. Then they're not professional wrestlers. And tonight, Travis Banks, I'm going to show you what professional wrestlers should really behave like when I do beat the hell out of you, but I'll do it in a fair and honest manner. I'm coming for you, Travis. You really lit this up big time.
Of all the disgusting things that the Prestige said at Exit Wounds, Travis Banks and his attitude towards Doug Williams may just have been the worst.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is a singles bout set for one fall. Coming to the ring at this time, representing the Prestige from Auckland, New Zealand, weighing tonight at 92 kilos, Travis Banks.
Dave, let me tell you something, okay? Doug Williams, you know I've always been a fan of Doug. I've known Doug since he was 19 years of age because me, Doug, Johnny Stool, Jody Bryce, we came from a different school, a new school, and our job was to bust down the door and teach the older generation what the new school was all about. Well, that, unfortunately for Doug, is karma coming to collect, because that's exactly what Travis Banks has done to Doug Williams. And in a way, I have to respect Travis Banks for doing that. As much as I like Doug, we did it, he's doing it back.
Here comes a British wrestling legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent is a true ambassador of British professional wrestling. From Reading, Berkshire, weighing tonight at 245 pounds, this is Doug Williams.
Travis Banks! Banks leaping at Williams. And Banks surprising the veteran before the opening bell. Look at that viciousness.
He's hungry. What Culture Pro Wrestling is all about hungry young lions. And in the history of the world, it's the hungry young men that have made the biggest difference. And that's why you have to respect Travis Banks for what he's doing, for his intention behind what he's doing, even if you disagree with it. He is a man on a mission, and unfortunately, Doug Williams just happens to be in the path of that mission for him and the Prestige.
I'm almost actually speechless that you're defending Travis Banks against Doug Williams of all people.
I'm just saying it like it is.
Saying it like it is. And absolutely no call for Travis Banks to deride Doug Williams as a glorified bell ringer, a road agent.
You live in this world where everything is black and white and there are no shades of grey. But unfortunately, in the real world, in the world of What Culture, there are shades of grey. The Prestige, to me, are that shade of grey. And they are breaking down the door of your world just as they are to Doug Williams. And Doug's my friend.
Williams wasn't going to take the abuse from Banks. He's not going to be an apologist for it like you are. And Williams, I should say, showing no fear in wanting this match against Banks to teach him a lesson here. Backdrop from Williams. Yeah, it's no secret, I haven't always agreed with Doug Williams in the past few months.
But then you change your mind again.
It's not about his political opinions.
Flip-flopper.
It's not a flip-flop. It's a matter of respect. Even when I disagreed with Doug Williams, I said that I respected his achievements. Banks wouldn't even do that. Banks basically completely just denigrated the entire career of this man.
Straight into the post.
That must feel good for Williams. He's leading Banks back into the ring, and as I said, wanting to teach him a lesson here. Every time he's able to inflict some pain on Banks, it must be a really sweet feeling for Williams.
And I'm going to tell you something. I believe this is the shot in the arm that Doug Williams needed. I believe that having a hungry young lion like Travis Banks disrespect him in the slap heard around the world is enough for Doug Williams to dig deep and bring out the man that was once known as the anarchist, the trailblazer of British professional wrestling for multiple generations. And there he is in the squared circle right here at Chain Reaction.
Williams enjoying some support from the crowd for the first time in a long time. And that is in part a product of how our fans feel about these whining, complaining Prestige members.
Well, they're flip-floppers as well. They loved Travis Banks a few months ago.
Well, Banks was starting to earn the respect of the fans, particularly after that victory against Zack Sabre Jr. a couple of months ago.
You only earn respect if you, agree with everything the person does.
No, you earn respect
by wrestling in the ring, and they're great wrestlers.
Yeah, but that's not all. It's not all. It's about attitude as well.
Well, like CM Punk?
What's this got to do with CM Punk?
I'm just telling you, wrestling fans respect him. He's not the nicest guy. How can you not see that the Prestige have something to respect, even if you disagree with them?
I don't recall CM Punk ever saying the kind of things about the wrestlers who paved the way for him that Travis Banks said about Williams.
You obviously never saw the pipe bomb. Oh, look at this. Oh!
The arm of Banks wrapped around that ring post. Williams is having some fun here. Fist to the face of this young man from New Zealand. Banks is going to go to the ropes here. Baseball slide. Williams moved out of the way. And a forearm to the jaw of the Kiwi Buzzsaw. Williams continuing to dominate as this crowd trying to get under the skin of Banks.
Oh. And that's why he's called the Buzzsaw. He just hacks away at his opponents. And look at this, head first into the post goes Williams.
Banks will roll back into the ring. The referee's going to get a count on. Banks and Exit Wounds said that this company had some I won't repeat what he said, but he had some very unsavoury things to say about WCPW as a whole, the company that's given him a platform to perform since he moved over from New Zealand. If he hates it that much, why doesn't he leave?
You know, it's all about cause and effect, and unfortunately for you, because it makes nice sound bites, you only care about the effect. I care about the cause. I can see the environment that led to the Prestige forming. They wanted some sort of solidarity. They wanted consistency. They wanted to be in control of their destiny, and that's why they've bounded and bonded together.
Williams has Banks upside down on his back, stretching him out as the referee asks if Banks wants to submit.
Oh, gory special. Into the turnbuckle there.
Banks now hanging upside down, can't see Williams coming. Drop kick between the shoulder blades. Williams will go for the cover. Left leg hooked. Is it enough? No, it's not. Williams is taking Banks to school here.
And the blood still stains the canvas from that South London street fight. Can you believe what we just saw in that match? Unbelievable.
Belief. Inhuman, the amount of pain that Bad Bones and Rampage put each other through.
And look at the anger, the aggression, the rage of the Kiwi Buzzsaw. Travis Banks is a man that flew all the way over here from New Zealand to the United Kingdom without any fixed opportunity. He seized his own opportunity. He made his own opportunity.
Well, the fans here are pointing out the similarity between Travis Banks and Doug Williams, and they do have a point.
They're saying which one's Travis, which one's Doug. That's just disrespectful. That's just going to enrage Travis Banks even more.
Yeah, so what? They look similar. What's his problem? Banks trying to wrench the neck here of Williams. Banks is getting a little bit distracted by this crowd who are not giving him any reprieve at all. Williams, forearm to the face. Send Banks into the corner. Banks goes hard into the turnbuckles. Williams follows up with a knee to the jaw.
Goes for that exploder suplex. And Banks wisely gets out of it with those... overhead belly to belly, my gosh. That's the thing with Williams. You duck one, you've got to be prepared for the other.
There's so many different ways to suplex here. There's Doug Williams. A technical encyclopedia of pro wrestling.
As much as I respect Banks, Doug Williams has forgotten more wrestling holds than Travis Banks will ever know. And Banks knows a lot of holds.
Which is why maybe Banks can show the man some respect, but apparently you don't agree.
Wrestling's not all about holds.
Forearms to the face of these two men exchanging them here. I guess partial credit to Banks if I have to, that he is hanging the Williams here. Another forearm sends Banks down to his knees briefly, but Kiwi's fighting back. Goes for a clothesline, Williams ducks it. Back elbow.
Vintage Williams with that flying European uppercut.
Williams going to back Banks into the corner with those strikes. Sends him across the ring. There's a high knee. There is the exploder, and Williams is going to go for the cover here to defeat Banks. Will it be enough? No.
That was a very explosive exploder.
Hence the name.
No, but that was more explosive than normal.
So I'm
Smart Alex.
just really annoyed at you at the moment. I can't believe you're defending the prestige against, particularly Banks, against what he said against your friend.
I just appreciate people who've got that get up and go.
It's jaw-dropping that you would do that. Maybe, look at that, Banks going for Williams' own chaos theory there.
Oh, went for that kick there, rolls through. Oh,
Banks gets Williams gets a boot up.
second rope European uppercut.
Williams, Banks on his shoulder, another uppercut. Banks may be knocked out, Williams sees it, he'll try and end it here, and he might, but he doesn't. Banks is hanging in there, but only by his fingertips at this point.
And I'm going to say it again. I think Travis Banks has sparked something in Doug Williams that I have not seen in quite some time. Sometimes you need a hungry young lion nipping at your heels to make you step it up a notch. Or a notch. Or a notch.
Making up your own words now.
Yeah.
Banks goes behind and Williams will go for a clothesline. This time it's Banks who ducks. And Banks with a leaping lariat on Williams. Brainbuster will go for the cover. Banks gets two. And Banks is looking a little bit surprised here that Williams has been able to hang with him this long. You would assume, given his lesser years, that Banks has the advantage in terms of stamina. But Williams has been in long, drawn-out wars of attrition before. More than Banks has had hot dinners, in fact. Banks and Williams both trying to counter each other's suplexes into the rear waist lock, tries to roll through into a pin. Instead of kicking to the head. Banks gets headbutted by Williams. And Williams is unloading the clothesline. Sends Banks spinning.
And what's Williams setting up for here? Could it be the chaos theory? The rolling German suplex. The movie made famous around the world. America, Japan, Europe, and right here in South London.
Even just a regular German suplex is just could be lethal when it comes from Doug Williams. Williams is trying to get Banks in position. Again, Banks is showing a lot of tenacity here. It's a second time into the corner. Williams goes down. We've seen this before from Banks. A cannonball.
Gosh! And that one, the heel of Banks went straight under the chin of Williams. Could have knocked him out.
Williams may be concussed. Gets out somehow, maybe purely on instinct. Oh, you're right, that was not pleasant the way that heel went into the face of Williams at high velocity. Williams struggling to his feet, but he is wobbly. And Banks knows it. Banks going to try and look to finish it here. Oh, but Williams counters.
Oh, and he's got him. Look at that. And the lock with a bridge.
He's going to try and force a submission from Travis Banks. Banks may have to tap. Banks, can he get to the rope? Oh, he's got the tip of his toe on the rope, and that keeps him in the match for now.
We are seeing vintage Doug Williams, and in my opinion, it's Travis Banks who has bought this version of Doug out right here in the Coronet London.
Well, he may regret bringing it out because Williams is livid with Travis Banks.
And Banks looks like he's bleeding.
Williams, shoulder breaker.
Yeah, Banks is bleeding from above the right eye, and Williams going for that bomb scare knee drop, Dave.
Williams, if he gets this, it's over. Banks moves, Williams corrected in mid-air. Banks will go to the ropes, and Banks kick to the side of the head of Doug Williams. No.
Wow.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Travis Banks.
Travis Banks just defeated Doug Williams. I feel sick saying it.
Travis Banks may have just defeated Doug Williams, and that is a big story, but Doug Williams has just proven that he is much, much more than a road agent in 2017. But this is a huge win, if not the biggest win so far in What Culture Pro Wrestling for the Prestige.
Travis Banks and the Prestige, if they were insufferable before, they will be far, far worse now. Banks with the spotlight that he craves so much on him here in London, as he has just defeated a British wrestling legend. Banks stuns the world at Chain Reaction as the Prestige remain unbeaten on this night.